Welcome Steve Bennett, the Sales Director of Dolphin Computer Access. He'll present a presentation on Dolphin Bookshelf, integrating web services into assistive technology. I would request you all to switch off your phone.
Good afternoon, everybody. As I said, I'm Steve Bennett from Dolphin Computer Access. If you have a burning question that you can't wait till the end, if you have a burning question that you can't wait to the end, then please stick your hand up and I'll endeavour to answer it as we go along. But I will leave time at the end to actually go through some of your questions.
Control 1B.
All right, so if you could put the overhead on. Yeah. Right, so I'm going to tell you a little bit of background to why Dolphin have created this software. Dolphin worked with the UK education part of the government, the Department for Education, and what we wanted to do is see if we could start integrating collecting books and working with books with some services actually in the cloud. As part of that, the provision from the government was, does the provision of textbooks and teaching materials as electronic Word files, along with technologies to convert and read them, provide a new sustainable model for dyslexia and visually impaired pupils in school? So this was, I mentioned, the Department of Education in the UK. So they asked us to look at 40 kids. 20 of them were dyslexic, 20 were visually impaired, and then we actually looked in two particular areas in the UK, and that was Durham in North Tyneside and Oldham. Both of those areas were quite socially deprived and cold, as you can imagine. So there were 9 schools, and it was 2 local education authorities. And we looked at the 40 students, and they were aged between 11 to 14. So we took 132 books that those children would touch that year, that they would be used, and we converted them in India to Word documents, structured Word documents. So no longer would they have a piece of paper enlarged, or no longer would they have something that was a different colour. We would make available structured Word documents to them on a laptop. Part of that, we worked with the special educational needs converters and also the teachers' assistants that actually worked with them and involved the parents as well at that time. So what did we do? We took those 132 books and we put it on Easy Tutor, which was our dyslexia software at the time. And we gave, that was for the dyslexics, and for students that were visually impaired, we gave them Supernova. We also gave a copy of Easy Converter to them, which would take the Word file, and if they wished, they could actually convert the Word document into large print, Braille, MP3, or DAISY, whatever they wanted to do. So that would come back to the students as well. So what were the results of this? So the teachers reported that there was a 56% increase in reading across the 40 students. There was a 70% increase in writing. This wasn't our results. This was a study from the University of Southampton, a very well-known educationalist called E.A. Draffen. 71% increase in the overall achievement of those students. Importantly, 68% increase in their confidence, and also their attendance increased by 5%. Vitally, there was a 45% increase in the homework done, and that's because the children were able to take the laptops home and they were able to do anything that they'd done at school at home at the same time. So there were some issues raised from the project, and all of them are: firstly, there was a lack of knowledge of the technology available to help the students. So in the schools, they were unfamiliar with what was available. Students' access to the equipment. Just like everywhere else, if you give the kids actual access to the equipment, then at the time they need it, then they can get on much better. training, training, and more training, right? One of the schools that we worked with didn't particularly adopt it, and that was because they didn't really involve themselves in the training in the beginning. Had they done that, I think we would have found even better results. Locating and moving, accessing the books. One of the things that came out from the study was that the books themselves that we converted, the accessible Word documents, could be available in the school, but nobody knew where they were. They were on a server somewhere. They weren't available to the students at the right time. Equipment used and appropriateness of it, we needed to make sure that we had the right equipment for the right students. So, a full version of the study can be found at mytextbook.org. Sorry, it's .uk, I've missed the bit off the end. And there's a 78-page study of how that calculations came together. So what I'm going to do now is have a look at what Dolphin think is part of the solution for actually locating the books and looking at sort of dyslexia software.
Control 1B.
Okay. So I have here, it's a standard Word document. It happens to be about Dolphin screen reading software. If I move my mouse to the top of the screen,
Say so.
Okay, I'll see that I've got a drop-down menu. If I can unpin it, I can actually move the control panel to one side. We found that the students themselves preferred this because when others looked at their PC, it didn't look any different to anybody else's. So the drop-down menu. And just like other dyslexia software, you can place your cursor actually on the screen, and then you can ask the software to read
Text
out
on
the text
screen
to you.
appears smooth even at the highest magnification levels. Dolphin's all-neutral font technology even supports non-standard aspect ratios and vertical or diagonal text. Supernova now offers the following 3 options.
So what's happening there is the text is being highlighted, the word sentence is highlighted, and the actual spoken word is highlighted separately in different colours, and that's important for people with dyslexia. There is a spell checker in there, so you can use the spell checking, and there is something called sound-alikes. Okay, just a second. And the sound-alikes will not only pick up what I would call homophones, but it will pick up words which sound the same. So for dyslexics, often the issue is that you can't actually spell the word correctly in the right format at all. So it has trouble doing that. So if I just move this page down a little bit, and for some reason my word is just temporarily frozen, but I shall bring it back in a second. Right, if I just bring on that there, if I choose sound-alikes, oh, it's on. Okay, that's why. So let's do that there. Get myself a full page text, and now bring on sound-alikes. And it appears there are no sound-alikes in this particular page. That's a blow. So let's just bring it up to the top. Also in here, I can make MP3. So if I want to make an MP3 from this particular document, I can just select here, or I can select Daisy. So I can actually pick Daisy, and it will make a fully structured Daisy book from this particular document. If there's a particular word which I don't like, I can't spell, I consistently spell it incorrectly.
Settings.
Okay, then what I can do here is I can actually insert it here. So, and I can put in here, you can see N-O-L-I-J, which is the phonetic spelling for the word knowledge.
Knowledge.
Okay, it actually will pronounce that, type it incorrectly, and I'll just show you that working. So if I type
N-O-L-I-J, knowledge.
Okay, it changes it over. You may say that people with dyslexia should be